The new features in the Apple Notes update may be things that you tend to use every day. Making lists, saving ideas, thoughts, outlines, and lots more. Let's walk through some of these new features so you can get started using them right away. Welcome to Ellen's Tips for iOS, where I help seniors master their iPhones and iPads. If you find value in this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss when a new video is posted. Let's get started. QuickNote was already available on iPadOS 15, and while you could access QuickNotes on your iPhone, iOS 16 gives you the whole QuickNote experience. I have a full video on QuickNote, and there will be a link at the end of this video. I'm just going to give you the basics for the iPhone here. To add QuickNote to your iPhone, you'll want to open the Settings app. You'll want to locate Control Center. You'll want to scroll down to More Controls and find QuickNote. Tap on the plus sign. Now you can choose to move QuickNote wherever you want in Control Center. And make sure that you have this switch that says Access within Apps toggled on. Now, whenever you want to access the QuickNote feature, you can slide down from the upper right corner of your phone. You'll come into the Control Center and you'll see this little icon right here, and that is the QuickNote icon. Just tap on it to enter into QuickNote. If you are inside of an app, you will also be able to access QuickNote by just swiping down from the upper right corner of the screen to access the Control Center from any app, and you'll see the QuickNote option located right here. Locking your notes has been around, but now you don't have to create and remember a specific password. You can use your iPhone's passcode instead. You can still unlock with Face ID or Touch ID if you don't want to put in your passcode each time. So to lock a note, let's come into the Notes app, and there are a couple of ways you can do that. You can push and hold on the note, and then you'll see this lock note appear. If this is the first time that you're using a locked note or adding a locked note, you're going to get the option that says, do you want to use your passcode? And if you say yes, then you will be brought into this area where you can use your passcode to lock that note. If you're already inside of a note in the Notes app, you can just go ahead and click on the More icon, the circle with 3 dots, and you'll find the option to lock the note in the upper right corner. I'll caution you that you can't lock a QuickNote. So if I push and hold on my QuickNote here, which says can't lock a QuickNote, you're going to see the option appear. And if I tap on it, it's going to say can't lock note because it's a QuickNote. So you need to move this into the regular note section before you will be able to lock it. And the same applies if you open that note and tap on the More icon. You'll see it appear, but when you tap on it, you'll get that same message. If you want to change the passcode options, you can come into the Settings area. Let me come back to the main Settings page and locate the Notes app. Tap on that. And here you'll see an option for password. Select that. And here you can choose to use the device passcode, use a custom passcode, or you can also toggle on Use Face ID. Just like with the custom password, using the iPhone passcode will unlock all of the notes that are locked in the Notes app. You can lock one note, and all of those locked notes will then be locked. When you want to create a new folder, there's some new options in iOS 16. So I'm inside in the Notes app, but I don't see the Folders option. So make sure that you tap on Folders in the upper left corner and then choose the folder option in the bottom left corner. When I tap on that, I may get an option if I have folders on my iPhone and in the cloud to either make this an iPhone folder or a cloud folder. Everything I have is stored in the cloud, so I don't get that option. But once I come in to create a new folder, you can name the folder and tap Done, and it will end up being just a regular folder. Or you can tap on Make into a smart folder, and all kinds of filters will appear that you can go through these filters and do whatever you need this smart folder to do. Inside a folder, you can tap on the More icon. So I created this new smart folder. Now I can tap on the More icon in the upper right corner. And here you get some new action menus. You can view as a gallery, you can edit the smart folder, and now you have options to sort by. So if I tap on Sort By, now instead of having it the default by date, I can do it by date edited, created, or title. And I believe if I do it by title, it will list things in alphabetical order. So if I choose title and come back, you'll see that it's from A to Z, or I can do it opposite by Z to A. So these are some new options inside of the Sort By area. Let me come back into that More icon again. You also have the options to select notes and view attachments. As you can see, Notes is now grouped by date. And so what you're seeing here is you're seeing like any note that was created today or edited today, and then the previous 30 days, and then grouped by, your months. And then I believe it goes back to 2021 and so on. If you like the way the old notes was categorized, if you tap on the More icon, you can tap on Group by Date. And if you turn that off, this is the previous look of the notes stored in a folder. They were all listed, either in a list form, or you had the option to view them as a gallery. You can also change the default, of how your notes are sorted. And all you need to do is come into the settings area and then tap on Notes. And then there are a couple of things you can look at. As you can see, I have the On My iPhone account turned off because I really strictly use iCloud. But then go down to the viewing area and you can turn off Group Notes by Date if you want to. There's also a new sharing option available. So when you opened a note, normally you had to go to the More icon to share your note with somebody, but now you don't need to do that. You can tap on the share icon, and now when you do, below the note, you'll have an option to send this as a collaboration. So I can collaborate with somebody, or I can just send them a copy of the note. If I choose to collaborate with them, now below that, the permissions will appear. So I can click into that and say who can access this and only invited people, and then the permissions that you can give those people. They can make changes or they can view only, and whether or not you want them to be able to, be allowed to invite others to join this note. And then once I have that figured out, all I need to do is choose how I want to send it, whether I want to do it by messages or mail. I can tap on that. The note will be added to the message area. You can put in the person's phone number and go ahead and tap on Send. Now, when you're inside of a shared note, you even have more options. You can come up to the collaborator icon and tap on that. And now you'll see options that you can message the person from inside of the note. You can make an audio call or video call so that you can FaceTime them. And you have the option here to show all activity, show highlights, and then manage that shared note. So if I tap on managed, I could then revoke access to anyone that has access to that shared note. When you open the details for a regular message and there happens to be a shared note inside of that message, so let me go ahead and tap on a message, you'll see the collaboration appears inside of the details of that particular message. And then you can tap on where it says to replies, and then you'll see the detailed conversation of that collaboration. When you're finished, just tap anywhere outside of the message app. But if you want this to happen, you have to message the person or a group of people from inside of the collaboration area on the note itself. The last new feature I'll share inside of the Notes app in iOS and iPadOS 16, if you tap on the pen icon, everything here is pretty much the same except for this new plus sign at the end. When you tap on that, now you have the option to add text, signature, or shapes. That's a pretty big update to the Notes app, and if you're just getting started, I hope this video helps you along the way. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.